My manager scheduled my performance review during my wedding. Priorities, she smirked. I prioritized sending my resignation to her boss during her performance review. We both learned about timing. I worked as a senior logistics coordinator for a distribution company outside Detroit. 6 years. Built their entire tracking system from scratch after their previous one crashed during peak season and cost them $2.3 million in delayed shipments. My manager, Denise, got promoted 2 years after I started. Not because she was competent, because she dated the regional VP for 8 months before he transferred. Her management style was simple. Take credit, assign blame, protect her image. When I redesigned our routing algorithm and cut delivery times by 19%, Denise presented it to the executive team as her initiative. When a vendor screwed up our holiday inventory and we missed targets, she told leadership I'd failed to anticipate supply chain disruptions. I documented everything, every stolen idea, every deflected failure, every meeting where my contributions became the team's work and my mistakes became individual performance issues. Then I met Sarah, marketing director at a client company. Smart, funny, called me out when I was being too serious. We dated for 2 years, got engaged last December. Wedding date, September 16th, Saturday. Told Denise in January. She congratulated me, marked her calendar, said she'd make sure I had that Friday off too. August 3rd, she called me into her office. We need to reschedule your performance review, she said without looking up. September 16th, 2 o'clock. I stared at her. That's my wedding day. Ceremony's at 3. I'm aware. She finally made eye contact, smiled. Unfortunately, it's the only time that works with the review committee's schedule. Denise, you've known about this wedding for 7 months. She leaned back. I'd think carefully about your priorities. This review determines your annual raise and whether you're considered for the operations manager opening. That smile. That same smile she'd given me a dozen times before. What are you going to do about it? I kept my voice flat. I'll figure it out. Good, glad we understand each other. That night, I updated my resume. Started interviewing the following week. Phone screens from parking lots. Video calls from my car during dentist appointments. By late August, I had 2 offers. Took the better one. Director of operations at a competing firm. 30% raise. Start date October 1st. Didn't tell anyone at work. 2 weeks before the wedding, Denise sent reminder emails. Don't forget your self-assessment. Your review impacts your compensation. Attendance is mandatory. I replied to the last one at 11 p.m. the night before. Received. I'll be there. September 16th was perfect. Clear skies, 70 degrees. Sarah looked incredible. Her parents cried during the vows. My best man told an embarrassing story that made everyone laugh. At 2:15 p.m., while I was watching my wife walk back down the aisle, my phone was buzzing with emails from Denise. Where are you? Your review started 15 minutes ago. This is unacceptable. You're being documented for failure to attend mandatory meetings. I've escalated this to HR. I didn't respond. Turned my phone off. Danced with my wife. Ate cake. Celebrated with everyone I loved. At 6:30 p.m., I turned my phone back on and sent one email to Denise's boss, the regional VP, and HR. Subject, resignation. Effective. Immediately, I attached my documentation folder. 3 years of emails. Screenshots of project presentations with my work under her name. Calendar invites showing how she'd scheduled my review during my wedding despite 7 months' notice. Why 6:30 p.m. specifically? Because I checked the company calendar. Denise's own performance review with the regional VP was scheduled for 6 p.m. My resignation landed exactly 30 minutes into her evaluation. Monday morning, my phone exploded. Text from Denise. Call me immediately. Email from HR. We need to discuss your departure and the documentation you provided. Voicemail from the regional VP. Julian, I've reviewed your materials. We need to talk. I called the VP back that afternoon. Spent an hour walking him through 3 years of stolen credit and deflected blame. Named witnesses. Provided dates. By Wednesday, Denise was on administrative leave. By the following Monday, 6 other employees had come forward with similar stories. She resigned 3 weeks later. Officially, pursuing other opportunities. Unofficially, given the choice between leaving quietly or being terminated with cause. Last month, I ran into her at an industry conference. She pretended not to see me. I didn't pretend anything, just smiled and walked past. Sarah asked me later why I didn't say anything to her. Didn't need to. I told her. She already knows what happened. My wife laughed. You're terrifying when you're patient. Learned from the best. Denise taught me that timing is everything. We both learned that lesson, just not the same way.